Alexandra Eala will play number 72, Renata Zarazúa.
Somewhere in the Philippines, a dream was quietly taking shape long before the cameras arrived, before packed stadiums chanted her name, before television networks followed every match she played. There was simply a young girl standing in front of a concrete wall with a tennis racket in her hands. There wasn't always a professional court waiting for her. There weren't endless luxury facilities or dozens of coaches watching every swing. Sometimes the only opponent she had was a rough concrete wall that sent every ball back without mercy. Hour after hour, day after day, she repeated the same motions, chasing perfection with nothing more than determination and belief. That girl was Alex Eala. Today, she is preparing to walk onto the most famous grass courts in tennis, not as a lucky qualifier, not as a wild card story designed to inspire headlines, but as a seeded player at Wimbledon. For 148 years, no Filipino player had ever achieved that distinction. Now, Alex Eala is about to become the first. But if you think this story is simply about history, you're missing something much bigger. Because what has happened during the last few weeks isn't just impressive. It's beginning to change the balance of women's tennis. And it all started in Berlin. When Alex arrived at the Berlin Open, almost nobody placed her among the tournament favorites. The draw looked brutal. Every round presented another established star, another experienced champion, another player expected to advance. Alex entered as a wild card. That label matters. Wild cards usually arrive with freedom, but very little expectation. They're often viewed as exciting prospects rather than genuine threats. Alex quickly changed that perception. Standing across the net in her opening blockbuster match was Elena Rybakina, one of the biggest servers women's tennis has seen in recent years. Rybakina doesn't simply win service games. She dominates them. Her serve is flat, explosive, and capable of ending points before rallies even begin. Most opponents spend entire matches trying to survive against it. Alex chose a different strategy. She attacked it. Early in the opening set, she fell behind. Against most players, that might have been manageable. Against Rybakina, losing an early break often means the set is already slipping away. But Alex never panicked. Instead, she increased the pressure. She stepped closer on returns. She attacked second serves. She redirected pace instead of absorbing it. Little by little, the momentum shifted. The rallies became longer. The confidence began flowing toward the young Filipina instead of the Grand Slam champion. Soon the impossible became reality. Alex captured the opening set 7-5. Then she refused to slow down. The second set displayed some of the smartest tactical tennis of her career. She anticipated serves. She neutralized power. She opened impossible angles with her left-handed forehand. She dictated exchanges from the very first shot. When the final point ended, the scoreboard read 7-5, 6-4. The crowd needed a moment to process what they had witnessed. Alex later admitted she was still shaking after the victory. Interestingly, nothing about her tennis suggested nervousness. Her emotions were racing. Her decisions weren't. That difference separates good players from future champions. Most shocking victories are followed by emotional letdowns. Players celebrate. Energy drops. The next round becomes almost impossible. Not Alex. Less than 24 hours later, she returned to the same court. Waiting for her was another elite opponent. Former world number 3 Elena Svitolina. Few players in modern tennis compete with more intelligence than Svitolina. She reads opponents brilliantly. She extends rallies. She forces mistakes. She rarely gives matches away. Alex didn't wait for mistakes. She created them. From the opening games, she dictated tempo. Her left-handed angles constantly pushed Svitolina outside the doubles alley. Every time the Ukrainian tried to recover court position, Alex redirected the ball somewhere else. It became a masterclass in geometry. Every rally seemed to shrink for Alex, while expanding for her opponent. The scoreboard again told an extraordinary story. 6-3, 6-4. Back-to-back victories over 2 top 10 players. On grass. At one of the strongest tournaments before Wimbledon. Suddenly, the tennis world had no choice but to pay attention. The statistics behind those wins were even more remarkable. Against Rybakina, Alex won an astonishing number of points attacking second serves. Instead of allowing one of the world's biggest servers to dictate play, she reversed the entire equation. Most players defend second serves against elite power hitters. Alex treated them as opportunities. That mentality transformed the match. Rather than reacting, she imposed herself immediately. Experts studying the match noticed something important. Alex wasn't waiting for rallies to develop. She was shortening them before opponents could establish control. On grass courts, that ability becomes devastating. The surface rewards players who take the ball early. It rewards aggressive returns. It rewards courage. Everything Alex was doing suddenly fit perfectly with Wimbledon. Former Wimbledon finalist Greg Rosetsky explained why her game translates so beautifully onto grass. Her left-handed serve naturally slides away from right-handed opponents. Her ability to generate pace early gives rivals less reaction time. Her court positioning allows her to attack instead of defend. Those tactical strengths matter enormously. But there is another quality statistics cannot fully explain: belief. Something changed inside Alex during this grass season. She no longer looked like a talented young player hoping she belonged among the elite. She played like someone who already knew she belonged there. That psychological shift is often the final step before genuine breakthroughs happen. Her overall grass court record entering Wimbledon stood at an incredible 9-2. Those victories weren't collected against lower-ranked opponents. She captured the Birmingham title. She defeated reigning champions. She reached the Berlin semifinals. She consistently challenged some of the biggest names in women's tennis. Every tournament strengthened her confidence. Every victory expanded expectations. Every match confirmed this wasn't a lucky streak. This was sustained excellence. Then came the announcement that made history. When Wimbledon released its seedings, Alex's name appeared among them. No Filipino player had ever entered Wimbledon as a seeded competitor. Not once in nearly a century and a half. Until now, history had quietly changed. The significance stretches far beyond rankings. Being seeded changes an entire tournament. Instead of facing another elite player immediately, seeded competitors are protected in the opening rounds. They receive recognition that their performances have earned respect across the tour. It represents belonging. Alex wasn't simply participating anymore. She had officially become one of the tournament's expected contenders. Yet being seeded also introduces a completely different kind of pressure. For years, Alex played with freedom. She entered tournaments chasing bigger names. Every upset became a bonus. Every victory exceeded expectations. Now, everything changes. Opponents see her as the target. Fans expect wins. Analysts expect consistency. Pressure shifts entirely onto her shoulders. That transition is one of the hardest challenges in professional tennis. History shows many talented young players struggle with it. Which version of Alex would appear at Wimbledon? The fearless wildcard or the cautious favorite? Her first-round opponent offered another fascinating storyline. Renata Zarazúa wasn't facing a stranger. The two players knew each other well. They had competed against one another. They had even shared the same side of the court in doubles. Both women understood each other's strengths. Both understood weaknesses. That familiarity removes surprises. Instead, it creates psychological chess. Every serve carries memory. Every rally contains previous experience. Nothing stays hidden. Alex's challenge wasn't simply to play better tennis. It was to trust the aggressive identity that had carried her through Birmingham and Berlin. Against Rybakina, she attacked. Against Svitolina, she attacked. Against every dangerous grass court opponent, she refused to become passive. That courage became her greatest weapon. If she protected leads instead of extending them, matches could become dangerous. If she continued dictating from the very first point, few players possessed answers. There is another reason Alex's rise feels different from previous young stars. Look beyond the rankings. Look beyond the trophies. Look beyond the statistics. Watch the crowds. At tournaments around the world, Filipino supporters have transformed into one of the loudest and most passionate fan bases in tennis. Flags wave across stadiums. Crowds gather hours before matches. Television audiences continue growing. Young children now watch someone who looks like them succeeding on tennis's biggest stages. That impact cannot be measured by rankings alone. She isn't only changing her own career. She's changing what millions of young athletes believe is possible. Perhaps that's why this Wimbledon carries so much emotional weight. Every champion eventually reaches a tournament that defines an entirely new chapter. Not because they win it, because they arrive prepared to win it. Berlin suggested Alex has reached that point. Birmingham reinforced it. Her confidence isn't manufactured. It's earned. Every practice session, every early morning, every sacrifice, every lonely hour hitting tennis balls against a concrete wall when few people believed this moment would ever arrive. Those memories travel with her to London. When Alex walks through the famous gates of the All England Club, she won't simply represent herself. She will represent every young dreamer who started with limited resources, every athlete who practiced when nobody was watching, every family that sacrificed everything for one opportunity. Most importantly, she will represent the future of Philippine tennis. The rankings say she belongs. The statistics say she belongs. Her performances against the world's best say she belongs. Now comes the greatest test. The grass courts of Wimbledon have rewarded courage for generations. They expose hesitation. They punish doubt. They celebrate players willing to trust their game under the brightest lights. Alex has already shown during this remarkable grass court season that she doesn't shrink from big moments. She attacks them. She embraces them. And that may be the biggest reason the tennis world is watching her so closely. Because 3 weeks ago, she looked across the net at one of the most feared servers in women's tennis and refused to be intimidated. The next day, she defeated another top 10 star. Now she walks into Wimbledon carrying history, momentum, confidence, and the belief that she belongs among the sport's elite. The concrete wall in the Philippines is long behind her. The biggest stage in tennis is directly ahead. And if the last few weeks have taught us anything, it's this. Alex Eala is no longer chasing history. She's beginning to write it.